guys, it's Shalimar. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of perfume porn today because I know you love it. I know I do. Anyway, this video is about the 20 most worn things in my collection. If you're like me, you know, I've got a lot of fragrances and I try to wear everything, but it just doesn't always happen. So these are the things that I constantly find myself reaching for on certain occasions, just for ease of life. I don't know, just things that I tend to grab and go more often than anything else. So, yeah, there's 20. I wanted to do it this style because it's just nice to look at the bottle sometimes, isn't it? So anyway, they're in no particular order, and I'm just gonna go straight into it. Oh, I'm almost dropping one before I've even started. So the first one is Red Cap. Look how dirty that is. It's a constant battle to keep that gold bit clean, I'm telling you. The more you touch it, the more it gets dirty. Anyway, Red Cap by Dolce & Gabbana. I have so many bottles of this. It's one of my staple perfumes. It is amazing. It's an aldehyde fragrance with basil, flowers, and just powdery amazingness. I really want to clean that now. You know, that's really annoying me already. Relatively cleaner. The struggles are real. Anyway, just amazing. I love this one. I've been obsessed with it since 1998 or 1999 when it came out, and I will never not have that in my collection. The next one is my Soliflor Tuberose. It's called Doucon and it's by Teak. This is one of the most simple tuberose fragrances that exist. There's nothing much to it really apart from a straightforward tuberose. I actually, when I went to the south of France, bought a pure tuberose fragrance and could hardly tell the difference. This one was maybe just a little bit richer. But I adore the bottle of this. I love this design at the back. It's just a really nice bottle, and as you can see, I've used quite a lot of it. So that one is going on the list. The next one I'm really annoyed about because the label has already worn off, and I haven't had this for the longest time, but I wear it a lot. It's Junkie and it's by Jardins d'Écrivain. This is a really unique fragrance. I love it. It's kind of, it's centered around Indian hemp, but there's gardenia in it, violet, there's oak moss, there's frankincense, and it's just really unusual. It's a clean, green, woody, almost fougere type fragrance, but I don't know, I just love it, and I've used so much already, and I haven't had it for that long, so I definitely reached for that one quite a bunch. The next two are from the same house. One of them is Carnal Flower by Frederic Malle. It pains me that there's that much of a gap in my bottle, but that's not much of a dent, but this is a strong fragrance, so you don't really need to spray a lot. It's another tuberose. This one is a fragrance that kind of tries to showcase all of the facets of the tuberose flower. So eucalyptus is in there, there's coconut in it as well. It's a kind of creamy, bright, much more complex tuberose than our friend Doucon right here. I absolutely love this. Then by them also, Portrait of a Lady. I wore this a couple of days ago actually. This one is a rose, patchouli, incense, crazy dark gothic kind of fragrance that has become incredibly popular. I know a few people that used to wear it and now they won't because they say it's too popular now. You know, each to their own, but I still absolutely adore this and I find myself reaching for it. Usually when I'm going on a night out and I can't decide what to wear, this one gets the vote. I always grab it. So, Portrait of a Lady. I don't know which lady, but she must be a cool lady. Let's move things. The next one is one that is so battered and bruised, you can tell that I always use it. It's probably going to be finished by the time spring is over this year. And it is Nymphaeum by Annette Goutal. Look at the state of that. All of the frosting has come off. It's where I carry things in my bag. I'm so bad. But this is a fig fragrance. It's a citrusy fig. Really green, buttery, bright, a perfect spring fragrance. Constantly used in my household. And I really love it. This one will be out of my collection very soon. It's on its last legs in so many senses of the word. The bottle, everything. The next one is a discontinued one, and it really pains me that it's discontinued, but I do have a backup of it, so that makes me feel a little bit more comforted. And it's Shalimar Initial, Parfum Initial. This is the Eau de Parfum version. There's quite a dent in mine. Look, I've used a lot. I did actually decant some for my mum though, but luckily I have a backup of this. But this is a gorgeous iris. Super makeup-y, vintagey feeling. Not sure of many of the notes, but it's probably my favourite iris that I've smelled, and that's why it's in my collection. The first time I smelled it, I thought it was so horrible, and then I tried it and tried it and tried it and just completely fell in love with it, so yeah. The next one is a twinkly one. It is Opus 9 by Amouage. I don't know if you can see the gold glitter in this bottle, but it's really cool. I love this. It's another one I reach for when I'm going on nights out. It's so bright. This is a real dark kind of animalic jasmine with black pepper. It's kind of incensey as well. It's very Arabian feeling. It's a bad bitch fragrance. I mean, this one does not mess about. I need to smell it now, actually. Oh, every time I smell this, I just fall in love a little bit more. It's super dark. If you love your jasmines really skanky and spicy, this one would be for you. It's not for the faint-hearted though, for sure, because it's a real potent one. But that's how I like my fragrances, potent. The next two are from the same house again. I can't express how much I love both of these perfumes. I think I have enough, so I won't even go on about it. They're both from the same house. One of them is Camel by Zoologist. Mine hasn't got much of a dent in it because they sell this where I work and I constantly use Works one. So I wear this fragrance a whole bunch, just not my physical bottle of it. But, you know, I do use mine sometimes, but mainly it's Works one. This is just stunning. It's one of my favourite Orientals. It's dried candied fruits, like raisins, dates. There's civet in here. There's frankincense, myrrh. There's tonka. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's a really smooth, almost fruity, animalic Oriental, and I adore it. The next one could possibly knock this one off of my top spot from Zoologist, and it is Moth. Oh lord, yeah, this one is definitely not for everyone. Some people have a real adverse reaction to this one, but I think it's an absolute masterpiece. It's really hard to describe apart from, what can I say, it's probably... The easiest way to describe it would be a spiced honey incense, like a smoky honey, basically. There's a lot of spice in it, there's saffron in it, there is a little bit of oud, there are dusky flowers like heliotrope, I think there's iris in it, possibly violet, but the flowers in it are really fuzzy, kind of like a moth's wings. But then there's a smoky incense element and a whole bunch of honey, and it's just haunting to me. I call it romantic. It's just stunning. Anyway, the next one is in my top 10 fragrances ever, as we currently stand, and it is Nanban by Orchid. Again, not much of a dent in mine, but I use Works one pretty much 3 times a week when I go to work. I just wear this one as my work fragrance at work, but yeah, I absolutely adore this. It's not too far from Camel, actually, in where it sits in the fragrance wheel. It's another Oriental that... This one's a lot more leathery, though, and it's a lot more spicy. It has pepper, tea, coffee, loads of resins, sandalwood, leather, saffron again. So it's kind of like a little bit more of an edgier version of Camel, and I adore this a whole bunch. The next one is one that I wear mainly in winter, and it's L'Argent, and it's by Argent Provocateur. I have had so many bottles of this. I actually at one point had 5 bottles, but I ended up giving some of them away, and I think I sold one as well. I love this. This is an amazing fragrance. I love Argent Provocateur's fragrances. I think they're really underrated. This one is the best, in my opinion. It is mainly about myrrh and leather. It's a real dark, scratchy, rough, almost dominatrixy like fragrance. I love it. It's got powdery florals in the opening, but it goes to a really dark place. It's one of the best Argent Provocateurs and one of my favourite designer fragrances ever, I would say. You should really try it out. It feels super expensive. I don't know how, but I love myrrh. If you love myrrh, you're going to like that one. The next two are again from the same house. One of these is my top 10 fragrances ever again. It is White Patchouli by Tom Ford. Oh my god, do I love this so much. Every time I smell it again, this is one that I feel like I need to hoard. I'm so scared that they're going to discontinue this, and if I ever find out, my bank balance will be empty because I will buy all the bottles that you can find. Patchouli, obviously, there's a lot of florals in here as well. It's another dark, scratchy, rough one. It has a real weird opening. It kind of smells like paint when you first open it. When you first spray it, I mean. Oh, the light went off on my camera and I can't find another battery right now, but it still looks okay, right? Let me just move some of these back. But yes, white patchouli, amazing. Let's move some back. The next one is also by Tom Ford, and it is Black Orchid. Yep, this one is a kind of love or hate thing in the fragrance community, but this one is another one that I easily grab when I'm going out somewhere and I don't really know what to wear. There's quite a lot of things here that I just kind of, I know they're good old faithfuls to me, and I know that they're going to just deliver what I want. Black Orchid's real tough. It's a real tough fragrance. It's chocolate, it's tons of vetiver. It's really, really dense and thick, and not the easiest thing to wear if you're into things like pretty florals or fruity florals. This one's a dark sister. But yeah, I absolutely love it. There's a whole bunch of notes in it. I think it's even got a mushroom note in there as well. So that one's cool. The next two are two more guirlands. Classic Shalimar. If you haven't smelled Shalimar, where have you been? It's the most classic amber that exists. This is my little 50ml that I've almost emptied. I do have a 90ml backup of it, luckily, but classic amber. Tons of vanilla, which is obviously in the amber accord. There's a bit of lemon, there's a lot of civet, there is a leathery feeling to it as well. It's like a fluffy cloud of amazingness, and it's one that has to be tried if you're a perfume lover and you have never tried it. I'm going to save my favourite till last, actually. Scrap what I just said about the next two being guirlands. Another good old faithful, CKB. Of course, I have the 200ml bottle of it. It's so cheap now. When it first came out, it wasn't. You know, it's a 90s fragrance. Loads of white musks, really casual, clean t-shirt sort of smell. Kind of like a, I'm not wearing any perfume. I don't know, it's really tough to describe, but it's mainly white musks. I really, really love it. It's almost kind of a little bit abstract and hard to put your finger on, but I love it. This one here is on my most worn list for the last couple of months, actually, and it's because I'm trying to finish it. It's Calvin Klein's Euphoria. I have that much left, and it's on my kind of project to finish list kind of thing, because mine's slightly on the turn, so I need to just use it before it becomes unwearable, and I have been wearing it a whole bunch. The last three are actually really special. All of these are, but somehow I've managed to save them to last without even realising. So this one here is Coromandel by Chanel. Look how much of this bottle I've used. It really hurts my feelings. It's really upsetting. I don't want it to have that much of a dent in it, but it's so stunning that I wear it all the time, and I enjoy wearing it all the time. Why not? If it's something you love, wear it. Don't let it sit there like this one here. So Coromandel is a patchouli fragrance, loads of white chocolate as well, a little bit of incense. It's Chanel magic in a bottle. I don't know, it's such a pleasure to wear. It's a huge compliment getter, and it's easily, I think, the best seller from Chanel's private collection, or exclusives, I think they call it. So the next, second to last one is my most complimented fragrance ever, bar none. This fragrance is guaranteed to garner me compliments no matter when I wear it or where I wear it, and it's L'air du Désert Marocain. This one by Andy Tower. Oh man, this is beautiful. I need to get a backup of this one as well, because I stopped wearing it when I put a dent in it, but I used to reach for this all the time. It's spices, it's a bit incensey, it's dry and sweet. It's a pretty tough one to describe. I think this is Andy Tower's bestseller as well, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, guaranteed somebody says to me, what is this? Where do I get it? And I hate telling them, but I do, because I'm trying to make the world smell better, one perfume at a time. Anyway, that's Andy Tower, L'air du Désert Marocain. And the last one is my favourite fragrance in the entire world. And if any of you have been following me for a while, you will know what it is. It is Samsara by Guerlain. This one's the vintage eau de toilette. I do have the vintage eau de parfum as well, and I've owned multiple bottles of the one that used to come in the dark red glass. But this one is everything to me. This is childhood memories. It's the most beautiful sandalwood, jasmine perfume I've ever smelled. There's quite a lot of vanilla in here. There's also a lot of violet to my nose. But essentially, it's a sandalwood. It's a stunning, stunning sandalwood. And this is the older version that has real Mysore sandalwood in it, which, if you don't know, is probably seen as the best sandalwood that there is. Unfortunately, it was over harvested and doesn't no longer exist, but it's not used in the perfume industry, I don't think, because it's really, really precious now. So there are a few perfumes I know of that still are produced that have it in, but the old Samsara used to have a lot of it in. And it's just, it's everything. It's exotic. It's just feels like my childhood, and I still swoon every time I smell it, even though I've been smelling it all of my life pretty much since I was 9. Anyway, those are the 20 most worn things in my collection. Mine, all mine. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you guys soon for something else. I'm not sure what's next. I'm probably going to review Narciso Poudre, I think, next. But you know, I change my mind like the wind. I have a lot of videos that I need to do, and I try to not get overwhelmed. But this one I wanted to do for a while, so here's the twinkliness. Alright, I'll speak to you guys soon. Goodbye!